only okay. Next, please.
I think what Johannes said is very true. It's about that complete annulment and wanting to melt into the group. Kind of got like get this visual of melting into, merging into a bigger reality, into a bigger goal, into this bigger soul that we're trying to build outside of ourselves. So I definitely think that the annulment is key. The annulment towards this bigger goal. John?
Well, that's what we grapple with, every single one of us. This self-cherishing, this self-survival, this self-importance, the everything. And here we come to Kabbalah and we say that we need to nullify that in order for us to achieve Devkut with the Creator, for us to achieve the connection, for us to create the Creator. This is our biggest work. So you're not alone in this, Johan. Each one of us, think of it every single moment, that it's the self that we are trying to preserve every time that is our biggest downfall. And who can only save us? It's the group, it's the friends, it's this environment that we so desperately want to try and understand and accept. But Rav keeps reminding us, connection is not in our nature. We can't connect, whether we want to or love it or whatever, we just cannot do it. Only our friends can help us out of our own jail. And this is why the group and the structure and the connection, the love covers all transgressions, the covenant, and the arvut, that we then achieve the Creator. L'chaim. Fifi?
L'chaim, Johnny.
L'chaim, Johnny.
Oh, there's Godfrey in the dark.
Yeah, you could recognize me.
We see your beautiful smile, Gottfried. That's the only thing that counts, buddy. The rest is in the you know where. So
Fifi, try and speak. Fifi, try and speak.
Fifi!
Fifi!
Go, Godfrey.
No, I think Fifi can talk. Oh.
Yeah, to reach the eternal state is connection. Because a single person cannot enter into spirituality or eternal until he's being connected before a soul will enter into eternality, unless being connected or unconnected. I think there could be no means that can lead us to eternality or spirituality. So I think what we can do is connect ourselves, understand each other, and then our annulment should be in a higher state so that entering into eternality will be as simple as that for us. And then that's what I can say. L'chaim, friends.
Hi, Fifi.
Lahaim, Fifi.
Who's speaking next?
Yeah, like the friends have all said, yes, the internal states, the condition we require is the total zeroing, total annulment. That's why we have the challenge. The challenge we have is nothing but we trying to annul. And like our brother Johan was saying, we have a big fight with this annulment because the donkey continuing giving us challenges and we have to continue flipping the donkey all the time. The ability to be able to cage the donkey give us the way for us to read that internal state. But the most important thing we have, an asset we have, a variable system we have, is the friends. Now, once you look up toward the friends and we try to integrate within the friends all the time, then we have a way, a lean way to be able to move and raise ourselves the stages of perfect states of internal states. So we will treasure our friends, we will see their merits, and we'll do all what we can to be able to be in that environment that give room for total annulments. Lahaim, Said.
Hi. Thank you, friends. Yeah, annulment. Question is who and what am I annulling to? Meaning, how can I help the friends? What can I do for the creator? And the only thing I know is that this this hurdle that we have, this ego that is in our way, it just keeps growing and it just gets wiser and more cunning. And I guess the only thing that can save us is that we, even if it's the worst state, you just keep to the foundation, meaning you try to do the morning lesson and you do whatever you can to connect, you annul from your personal sensation and you annul to the group sensation, to the group desire, the group entity. Yeah, that's the only thing I got, is that it's getting harder and harder, and only together can we make it. Hi, friends. Let's see who hasn't spoken.
John hasn't spoken, Saeed.
Okay, please, Jonathan, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, it was very well said by Said. Very well said. The challenges are increasing for all of us. It's just, I just see all these opportunities that are arising. The opportunities to get involved with distribution for Africa, to get involved with the Congress, the virtual Congress, all these social media facilities that are available for us, where we can actually interact with people and get in contact. It's all given to us from above. Ultimately, it's all His messages coming to us, and we can take it in an egoistic way and say, okay, like, I don't really have any energy, or I'll do this later, etc. Or it's there and it'll always be there, so I don't have to worry about it. Or we can take it in the altruistic way and take it with both hands and really move with it, so we can daily and go to war internally and try to reach this perfect state of Gamati Kun. And as Said said it very eloquently, we have the friends and this very, very precious environment, and these friends that really want to give so much and try and do so much to advance this process. And we're not working for ourselves, friends. Ultimately, at the beginning, we're feeling that way, and this is ultimately what we have to work with. But we're essentially working for the rest of humanity. We're working to be a conduit for the Creator. So I think we always have to have in the back of our minds, why are we doing this? What this work really means, because it's all hidden. It's not out in the open. It's all internal. It's all our feelings and emotions, and we get challenged continually with different messages, as we know, from work, from what's going on in the outside world, from family, from friends, external, etc., etc. And we really need to focus and keep close to the friends through the morning class and doing whatever work we can and looking after each other and supporting each other, because this is very, very special work we're doing. It's a special way, and we all know that. And big l'chaim, l'chaim, friends. Okay, friends. There's a clip that I want to play, and we're going to have a workshop on it. But we won't do a workshop on it. We'll have it like for food for thought, and then we're going to discuss some topics. And then if we've got time, we'll workshop it later. Okay, so just keep this clip from Rav in our minds. And okay, Shmuley.
So the conclusion that I draw is that the Creator wants to awaken me by means of this bad state. He makes me feel unpleasant. He awakens hatred in me towards the whole world. And then I feel that it automatically reached the state where I already have this Chafetz Chesed, delighted in mercy. And my conclusion is that I never participated in this process to begin with. So in that case, I keep feeling that I'm losing something. I understand that I had to be active, but I wasn't. So how to be active in that state, and should I be active? Or the scrutiny that the Creator does everything is enough, and all is required for me is that recognition.
Try to go through these two states, and you will understand what could be as a result of it. And if you have yet to go through these two states in a sufficient, full manner, then you're not yet feeling what needs to come out of it. Because from this, there should be a very special result. I don't want to talk about it at the moment. You also need to understand that to be a teacher is to give each time exactly according to the correct state, the next dose.
Okay, friends, there was another clip that I wanted to play, but there's a lot of things going on.
Cannot hear you, Jono.
There was another clip that I wanted to play, but no problem. It's still okay. It was from one of the morning class about 2 days ago. No problem at all. It wasn't a YouTube clip. It was a clip from the lesson, so from the archive. So it's a little bit difficult to transfer the clip from the archive to the system that we're using here just for that moment. Okay, Shmuley, can you play the song for us?
Which one?
מהיום שאני שלחתי לך. Okay, so we have a song. I think it'll be a nice way to listen something, and then we get into our discussion on some points here. Let's see if we got the right song. Okay.
בשדה קוצים גדול קורא אני בקול תפילת הלב אל המרום עד ינוסו הצללים מבין הערפילים עם שחר הקיץ מהחלום
את החי מבקש אני הם חיי הם נשמתי בלעדיהם אני לא קיים
את החי מבקש מתחלף, את החי סוחף, ובתוכי בוער כלהבה.
עבדו העקבות, אבל רוחות טובות יובילו אל ים האהבה.
את החי מבקש אני הם חיי,
הם נשמתי, בלעדיהם אני לא קיים. את החי מבקש אני הם חיי,
הם נשמתי, בלעדיהם אני לא קיים.
תגיד אנא לי איפה הם רואים, תגיד אנא לי איפה הם רואים, את החי אני מבקש.
הגיד אנא לי איפה הם רואים, הגיד אנא לי איפה הם רואים, את החי
אני מבקש.
את החי מבקש אני את חיי, הם נשמתי, בלעדיהם אני לא קיים.
את החי
מבקש אני הם חיי,
הם נשמתי,
בלעדיהם אני לא קיים.
Chaim! I was boogieing away over here. I'm sure everyone else was as well. I saw Johan boogieing away on the screen, which was good. Okay, friends. First thing we talk about is the Africa distribution, the project. How's that going? Each country, we wanted like 10 topics that were pressing for those countries. So have you been able to get together and talk about those topics that we can send over to Bnei Baruch here? Any thoughts?
South Africa sent theirs through, Jonna.
To whom have they sent them through?
I think Dillis or Reinhard has sent it through to Omri or whoever.
Okay.
Or Shelly. What Shelly?
Shelley. Okay. Terrific. Good stuff.
And
We have done 8 of them.
Okay.
We discussed it and we have got 8.
Okay. Okay, that's really good. Terrific.
And
Good.
so we'll get the 2 more and then we send it. Everything's on course now, you know.
Okay,
And then
great
Thursday,
stuff.
We'll be in the class on Thursday and continue with them. All is on course.
Okay, good. So I saw there was another class today that was held, a live class on YouTube. So I think most friends were at work, etc. But that class will be placed in the secret group, the second training. I think it was on today. If correct me if I'm wrong.
tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
It's on Thursday, Jonah.
Ah,
Thursday, 2 o'clock.
okay, okay. So encourage the friends. It will be on the Facebook group. So if you want to catch up on that, I'll encourage every of the friends to watch that. If they can't watch it live, that's great. Okay, then so that's really good. The other parts of Africa, I encourage your friends maybe to speak to other friends in Nigeria or in other areas of Africa that we can get some topics going if friends are in contact. Okay, Gottfried or whoever can reach out to those friends in those other areas and see if they can brainstorm some topics. If you have time, etc., that would be good, but we can leave that open, yeah? Next point is the Congress. Now, I know there's been a lot of meetings and such. Today was the first day that there was focus groups for friends in New York, and there was a direction now to have a trial run every day for Congress topics and discussions, etc. Any feedback from the friends on that? Friends involved in the groups who are, how are you feeling generally about the whole process?
I'll go, Jono.
Yep.
I'm involved in 2 groups, but sure, I'm extremely overwhelmed with the amount of information and really what is required to be done, or, that's what one can actually offer in the process. And also to try and attend the meetings and to be of support and assistance is also extremely frustrating with the stuff happening around. So seeing the friends desperately asking questions and requiring so much and not being able to really offer other than just reading the messages. I don't know, there's something quite different to the Moscow Congress, where in this one, it seems like there's a higher concentration and intensity of information than actions. And, it's also so inspiring and frightening to see the level of information that some of the friends are handling, like Leo, like Alex, all the guys doing there's the North American structure and how they disseminate information on the groups and emails, and the likes of Zoe as well, who's dealing with the content, the lesson contents. Honestly, look, I am a beginner. I classify myself as a beginner because for 3 years, Rav says, what was it that he said at Shabbat? You literally, acceptance and tranquility. It's what you go through in Kabbalah for the first 3 years. And then after that, you start really getting into the teeth of the work. So, yeah, that's how I'm feeling.
Yeah, I think the times that we've gone on to some of these calls, like Johnny said, you're quite humbled and you just sit and you listen and you take in. I think the amount of work that goes on behind the scenes is incredible. And I think it's worthwhile to, even if you feel that you can't add, worthwhile to log into those groups when you can. Firstly, to learn the support, and then secondly, to learn and get some experience, because eventually Africa is going to have to put one of these things together, and then at least we'll know, like at least 10% of what needs to happen. Also knowing that we're not alone and we'll get a lot of assistance. But so yeah, I think basically in a nutshell, I think what Johnny also said is it's kind of like that you're at that sponge stage still, where you're just like sucking up and taking on and seeing how you can replicate. Sucking up and seeing how you can replicate. So yeah.
Chaim.
Yeah, Lahaim.
L'chaim.
I've been participating in a few of the meetings and listening and trying to look at what's available for Africa to. There's a demand for African men to be participating fully in the group, but what they require is a physical action more than the virtual action, and it is difficult for the Africans to try to raise up the team on the physical locations because of the time elements involved in this. However, we are looking at all the situation and see how best during this period on the Saturday African will be able to, or Accra, Ghana, will be able to see, even though we are involved in a funeral, we want to see where nearest place we can able to have a connection to participate in the virtuals. This morning at the morning lesson, there was comparison between some friends feel like the rate, the movement, the feeling is a little bit lower than the Moscow one, and Zoha was wild, trying to explain that the Moscow one was the first time, and therefore there were high expectations. And this one we are repeating exactly since then. We have to have several test runs using the new garage systems. Therefore, friends, you cannot compare the two states that we are doing very well, everything is being scrutinized very well, and the tempo will rise in the coming days. So the friends are expecting that there will be more involvement with the World Cree, more involvement with the Israel Friend PT, more than what they are doing now. And that they expect the whole World Cree to participate fully. So they cry out for the World Cree to participate. So our cry again is to our friends. There has been some difficulty with the African friends as a whole, and we are raising a prayer to the Creator to help revive the African friends, raise the spirits among the African friends, raise the importance of the goal, so that the friends will come back again like a roll lions and then back on course, and then we'll be able to raise the African flag once more during the 1 day, the very important 1 day or the 2 days that the Congress is going to take place. So we pray that all friends will have time to be able to connect from the coming days during the rehearsals or the trial periods for us to feel, for them to feel that Africa has come or Africa is involved in the whole Congress. Lahaim, great friends.
Chaim Gottfried. Beautiful. Great. Anyone like to add anything further? Okay. Just generally, do friends want to bring up any topics of discussion, any questions?
I would want to look at, there are different periods, and each period comes with its attendant challenges. And how we'll be able to connect, again, raise a prayer for the group. Because it looks, for instance, how we can get all the friends to participate, in the coming few days. We have 2 weeks for now. And then the Congress is in full motion. How we'll be able to revive the goal, in terms of the goal for all the friends to participate, despite whatever obstacles each friend, each country is having at the moment. So maybe as a group, let us think about it. How do we raise a prayer for the group as a whole? Lahai.
Chaim Gottfried. Yeah, it's absolutely important that we keep all the friends in our thoughts, that we can continue this connection during the morning classes, during the day, friends, also in our meetings and at the Congress. It's something we need to keep strong between us, and so everything will be tight and close. Anything further, friends? Any other topics, perhaps?
Yes,
I know,
Jonathan.
yes, Johnny, please.
Johan? No. Definitely the Galaxy 5, that Africa has been so fortunate in being a part of the development work and continues to be part of the development work. This new broadcasting system from Pectativa, it's amazing. Look, for me, and for Richard, it's blown our minds of the simplicity of it and the reliability of it. Before with our Minicam or split cam and Zoom and share screen was such an obstacle, and this is suddenly being put so simply and so quickly on your one screen, and how we can actually speak directly to Rav and to the friends at Pectativa. We feel so much closer to the friends. So I think that is such an important thing, that we need to take this opportunity in calibrating our own systems in order to accommodate this new Galaxy 5, because it does take a little bit of tweaking and turning, and like tuning your old car. The old car that we used to have, that we needed the timing and the spark plugs. I remember my old man teaching us to do this as kids, and you had to listen to it, and then you had the light bulb, and this is what we require to do. And once your system is tweaked, I'm using an old system on a Samsung laptop, and I'm so shocked to hear the broadcasting, which is live. I had issues with Sivatova, I had issues with Zoom sometimes, And just to hold that system before was a mammoth task, and now it's all there. So I really want to motivate the friends that, it hasn't been finalized with cell phone application. So it will be following through as soon as they've completed it. There will be an app for phones, but like Shidur and who's the friends we deal with, Rich? Alex. Like Alex has said to us, they're there, and immediately that there's a problem, they come on live. So I want you to tell the friends there, Pektativa at the broadcasting, and Jono, yes, heartfelt gratitude, that's to make us so closely connected to the friends. So thank you.
Thanks, Johnny. Thanks, Juno. Thanks, Johnny Richard. And we have is that once in a while we are knocked off. It has been knocking us off and off and off. But we believe that very soon that collection will be done. So when you enter, it will not throw you off again. That's the only challenge we have for now.
L'chaim Godfrey, it's like the creator we keep entering.
L'chaim. Also, the meetups that you're talking about in South Africa, Johnny, maybe we can take this offline, but just to get an update, because I wanted to get Mario to actually have a brief with you guys on how he can assist you or what can be done. But I thought the first stage is how you want to set up things in South Africa. So I'm a little bit, we can take it offline, of course, just to get a clarification on what steps you want to go in order to make this happen. Because Mario did talk to me about it, and I said I would set up a meeting with him and you guys to help you out and give some guidance. But I just want to hear, I thought you wanted to establish your structure over there first and then have a meeting with him, because perhaps getting the technical type of information without having the basis on knowing that everything's set up, maybe it's not the right way to go. I don't know. So let me know, okay? And I'll go back to him and set up a meeting, because I think,
John, very simple. And, I think it's a learning for all the friends that can hear. Yeah, South Africa, we had our meeting last night. Dillis requested us to get in contact for Richard to get hold of Mutlu to discuss that email that I sent to you. And Mutlu has referred us back to Omri, Mario, and to Marcus as heading up marketing. So please, John, we need that meeting from South Africa's perspective with them. The base, it's a continuous thing. There's the discussion we had of forming a non-governmental organization, an NGO, is going to be ongoing, but it shouldn't stall our meet and greet and introduction and calling it something, but with the backup of a BB. So there isn't like a legal, we must just be careful, like Rav said on Saturday Shabbat lesson, that we must not damage BB's name and damage ourselves in the process. So that has to be a constant awareness on our minds when we do these public meetings, but the only way we can learn is by doing them. So we want to go ahead on that, but we need that meeting, Jono. Help us, please.
Okay, no problem. No problem. I'll act on that, Johnny. That's good. Now I'll give a bit of an update. That's great. All right, terrific. Good. Okay, so we've got a song, friends, and then we've got some closing text, and then we can get ready for morning lesson. If there's anything before we play the song, another nice nigun, sort of a slow dance to take us out. Anything else you want to talk about before we get to the end of our meeting tonight? Anything else, friends? Or are you happy to go for a slow dance?
We want to know how to get final correction quickly.
All right, well, it's all written in the nigun that's coming up next. So let's bring it on, and we can learn together. L'chaim, friends. Shmueli, put on the slow dance. L'chaim, friends. Okay, there's a small piece of closing intention, and then we can get ready for morning class, friends. Gottfried, are you able to read, my friend? Okay. Maybe. Are you able to, Gottfried?
Richard, can Richard read it for me?
You nominate Richard? Okay. Richard, all yours. Take it away.
Okay. One must not ask the Creator to bring him closer to him, as it is insolence on the part of man. For in what is he more important than others? However, when he prays for the collective, which is Malchut, called Assembly of Israel, the sum of the souls, that the Shekhinah divinity is in the dust, and he prays that she will rise, meaning that the Creator will light up her darkness, then all of Israel will rise in degree too, including the beseeching person who is included in the collective. Beautiful.
L'chaim, friends. See you in the morning lesson. L'chaim.